Welcome to Seeing Through Scriptures, where we explore the timeless wisdom of Vedic scriptures, understanding life and the path to divine love through the eyes of ancient knowledge. I'm your host, and today we are diving deep into the question how to attain love of God, guided by the teachings from the Bhagavad-gītā and Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the great scriptures. Let's begin our journey with a pivotal verse from the Bhagavad-gītā, chapter 4, text 10, where Krishna gives a clear instruction for attaining divine love. Being freed from attachment, fear, and anger, being fully absorbed in me and taking refuge in me, many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me, and thus they all attained transcendental love for me. From Bhagavad-gītā, chapter 4, text 10. This verse highlights the three obstacles that keeps us from experiencing divine love: attachment, fear, and anger. These emotions bind us to material existence, keeping our consciousness absorbed in illusion. But by absorbing ourselves in Krishna, these bonds are broken. So how do we become entangled in these emotions in the first place? The Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 1.7.5 explains, due to this external energy, the living entity, although transcendental to the three modes of material nature, thinks of himself as a material product and thus undergoes the reactions of material miseries. So, this attachment begins the moment we come into contact with māyā, the illusory energy. Māyā makes us believe that we are this body, and from that misconception arise all material sufferings, fear, attachment, and anger. But what happens when we allow Māyā to take control? The Bhagavatam 11.237 states, fear arises when a living entity misidentifies himself as a material body because of absorption in the external illusory energy of the Lord. This bewildering, fearful condition is affected by the potency for illusion called Māyā. Therefore, an intelligent person should engage unflinchingly in the unalloyed devotional service of the Lord under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. This is from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 11, chapter 2, text 37. Thus, the solution to escaping fear, attachment, and anger is to engage in pure devotional service under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. This brings us to the power of devotion. The Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 1, chapter 7, text 7 says, simply by giving oral reception to this Vedic literature, the feeling for loving devotional service to Lord Krishna sprouts up at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness. So, hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, engaging in devotional service, helps us break free from the shackles of Māyā. The moment we start practicing devotion, fear, anger, and attachment lose their grip on us. Krishna reassures us in Bhagavad-gītā 4.10, many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me. This is from Bhagavad-gītā, chapter 4, text. So this assurance from Krishna is significant. It addresses the doubts that we may have about whether this path will truly work for us. He confirms that countless souls have walked this path and attained transcendental love. But why should we trust these scriptures? What makes them authoritative? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adila 7.107, we learn that scriptures are not man-made. The material defects of mistakes, illusions, cheating, and sensory inefficiency do not exist in the words of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So all these four defects are applied for a human being, but not for the Supreme Personality of Godhead or the pure devotee. Our limited human nature is prone to these 4 defects. What are those 4 defects? We tend to make mistakes, we are illusioned, tend to cheat others, and our senses are imperfect. But the Vedic scriptures and the pure devotee are free from these flaws because they are the word of God. And these scriptures have accurately predicted the challenges of Kali Yuga. So in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 12, Chapter 2, text 1 to 4, we see vivid descriptions of how the age of Kali would unfold. So the scriptures are clearly explaining what is the future of Kali Yuga. It is already predicted in the Shastra. Religion, truthfulness, cleanliness, tolerance, mercy, duration of life, physical strength, and memory will all diminish day by day because of the powerful influence of the age of Kali. We see these signs manifesting around us every day. Wealth is considered a sign of good birth. Superficial attraction governs a relationship. The superficial attraction between man and female has become a great relationship. The couple gets married, and after a few days, they don't have a good understanding and coordination. They end up with a divorce. So the relationship is just going between just attraction, based on attraction. And success in business is often achieved through deceit. This is the situation of the Kali Yuga, and it is already predicted in the Bhagavatam. To navigate these challenging times, the scriptures guide us to seek the shelter of a pure devotee. The Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 27, Text 26 says, "The influence of material nature cannot harm an enlightened soul. His mind is fixed on the Supreme Personality of God." So a bona fide spiritual master who is free from the clutches of māyā can lead us out of the darkness of illusion. Ultimately, to attain love of God, we must surrender. Krishna says in Bhagavad-gītā 9.34, "Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me." This is the path to liberation, the path to attaining pure love for God. And Krishna offers an unshakable promise. What is that promise? From Bhagavad-gītā 18.65. "I promise you this because you are my very dear friend." So you surrender to Krishna, and Krishna is going to clear all your sinful reaction. And Krishna is confirming this from Bhagavad-gītā 18.65, saying that I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. But, see, there's a catch here. In spite of Krishna telling so many times that you surrender and I'm going to take care of you, but still, even in the age of Kali, many will still not turn to Krishna. As the Bhagavatam 12.3.44 reminds us. However, for those who do surrender, for them, Sri Krishna cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages. When we take shelter of the Lord and his devotees, our hearts are cleansed of material desires and divine love sprouts within us. In conclusion, the path to attaining love of God is clear. By becoming free from attachment, fear, and anger, and absorbing ourselves in Krishna, this comes through surrender, the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, and unflinching devotional service. These 3 things are very important in order to get away from this attachment, fear, and anger. One is surrender, and taking guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, and having unflinching devotional service. The scriptures are our map, and Krishna's promise are the light guiding us home. Thank you for turning into Sing Through Scriptures. Let the divine wisdom of the scriptures lead us all to the transcendental love. Hare Krishna.